Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to react to the viral videos doing the rounds online about Starbucks. This should be interesting. Stay tuned.
Bro, you're gonna get cancer. Stinks so bad.
What is that? That looks revolting. That is not appetizing at all.
Food. I cannot record the this is what y'all are eating whenever y'all get
A lot of Starbucks employees have been complaining about this, quote, blending powder, and it's going in more and more of their drinks. And let's just take a look at what it is. So here are the ingredients right here, and the purpose is it acts as an emulsifier and stabilizer. The gums and other components help create a smoother, more consistent frozen blended texture and slow separation that would otherwise happen sooner after the drink leaves the blender. So basically they're using this so that the drink stays exactly how it was when it was made. But there are real health concerns that go along with this. And one thing I'll say is that I've seen a lot of videos of baristas at Starbucks coughing. They say that this is hurting their throats, this powder, as it gets airborne, they're breathing it in, they're getting headaches. So there is a real concern with this, and it actually is confirmed right here. One of the main things in this is silica, that's silicon dioxide, and it's used as an anti-caking agent. It prevents the clumping, but it's being used in this blending powder. Inhalation is a real issue. The fine silicone dust can become airborne as a powder when it's scooped, and repeated inhalation of certain forms of silica is linked to serious lung conditions. So this would back up what the baristas are experiencing. They breathe this stuff in, and they're coughing, they get headaches, it's not good. Here are some of the other controversies with a lot of this ingredients in this blending powder. This is not something we should be eating. This is not something we should be drinking. Our food is a science experiment, and this has to stop. This is not healthy.
Okay, guys.
Not healthy at all, And the thing about making people aware of such things is that most people don't listen. They just love the food or love the juice or whatever it is that they do in these stores. They just go for it. They just love these foods, and it's poisonous. And these are the kind of foods that cause cancer and that cause a lot of illnesses that we know nothing about. And I would also like to think that these kind of foods also cause um like these foods have caused a lot of death that we know nothing about. So really it's important to just observe, listen, and take these kind of warnings serious.
Throat after working with it, and it's in every single blended refresher.
Starbucks didn't just make people sick, they smeared something worse into every cup. That fruity refresher starts as liquid grape pulp, boiled into syrup with the same acid grown from black mold, then stacked with 5 forms of sugar, colored red until it looks like fruit. That slurry is then packed into petroleum-based plastic, mutilated in silica powder, the same gel used in rubber, served as a 25-ingredient drink. Every acai refresher scanned 0 acai, with 5 other refreshers flagged for 0 fruit on Exposure. Comment app to scan safer alternative.
An 8-year-old boy repeatedly harassed a Starbucks employee while he was working. Shockingly, instead of apologizing, the boy's mother demanded $50,000 for emotional distress. The incident took place at a Starbucks in Los Angeles, California. 32-year-old Megan Walker brought her 8-year-old son, Ethan Walker, into the store to order drinks. Surveillance footage showed Ethan repeatedly throwing items from the counter at barista Jack Harrison while he was preparing beverages, making it difficult for him to do his job. After putting up with the behavior for quite some time, Jack decided to scare the boy into stopping. While Megan wasn't paying attention, he grabbed a nearby stainless steel container and slammed it onto the counter, creating a loud noise. Ethan immediately burst into tears and claimed that the employee had hit him. Megan then called 911. When police arrived, Jack explained what happened and provided the surveillance footage. The video showed that he never touched Ethan and only struck the counter with the container to make a loud noise. However, Megan argued that her son had been severely frightened and continued suffering emotional distress after the incident. She demanded $50,000 in compensation. She also threatened to file a lawsuit for intentional infliction of emotional distress if Jack refused to pay. Do you think Jack should have to pay? If you were on the jury, how would you rule? Let us know your...
No, this is not fair. I mean, that is an example of, I don't even know what to say. Like, the parent failed drastically. I mean, that's bad parenting. I'm scared for that child. How is she going to grow to how is she going to mature? I don't think she will mature. This girl is in trouble, and the mother does not even know how to discipline this child. I can just imagine how they are in the house, in their house. I think this child is in charge. Tell you.
So in case you didn't know, Starbucks is being sued. So if you've never had Starbucks before, keep scrolling. So basically, Starbucks has found to have all the same ingredients as paint thinners, paint strippers, nail polish, and nail polish remover. And because of this, they have been court ordered to pay out $40 million. So apparently Starbucks has been putting super harmful chemicals called VOCs, which is volatile organic compounds, into their coffee. And they've been saying that the coffee is super gut healthy and organic, which in reality it's not. Because of this, you can get up to $1,000 in damages because obviously you don't want VOCs in your body. Basically, the way to be eligible is to apply on the Collect Settlement Finders app. All you have to do is apply if you've ever had Starbucks before.
So in case you didn't know, Starbucks is being sued right now. If you don't drink Starbucks, you can go ahead and keep scrolling. But basically, Starbucks is being sued right now because they have been putting harmful chemicals into their coffee for a while now and not telling us about it. They've been putting chemicals like VOCs into their coffee, which
What, are they trying to kill people?
stands for volatile organic compounds. Basically, these compounds can
Fists were flying, people screaming, all inside a Starbucks in New Jersey. You'd think it was Black Friday, but no.
What's happening with Starbucks? I mean, this looks like a big joke.
They were fighting over a cup. On Thursday morning, Starbucks dropped its new 20-ounce glass Barista Holiday Tumbler for $29.95, and total chaos followed. Crowds lined up before sunrise. When doors opened, the pushing started. Within seconds, customers were wrestling, shoving, even throwing punches to grab one of the limited edition cups
They're acting like kids in the kindergarten.
before they sold out. One woman's wig was snatched. Another fell to the floor clutching 3 tumblers. Store employees tried to break it up, but the crowd kept surging. Police were called, but by noon, every store in the area cleaned out. Within hours, the same cup started showing up online, listed for $300, $400, even $500 each. The video of the brawl has gone viral, with people
You would think that cup is cursed.
calling it the new Black Friday for caffeine addicts. Starbucks later apologized, saying demand exceeded expectations. But for everyone who saw it, this wasn't about coffee anymore. It was a war for status in a red holiday box. Fists were flying, people...
Starbucks is literally being hit with a
I will not be your bullshit store. You have been asked very loudly about your family's contracts. You do not live off this salary.
A woman claims she's being perfectly polite while screaming across an entire Starbucks. I'm sorry, but the lack of self-awareness here is unreal. This woman walks up to the counter already looking upset, and within moments she's arguing with employees who seem completely confused. Apparently she'd already been having a terrible day, but nobody inside the coffee shop knows that. All they see is someone raising her voice over a normal interaction. The workers keep smiling. They keep trying to respond professionally, and honestly, that almost seems to make her even angrier. Then things get weird fast. She starts talking about money, jobs, families, random personal stuff that has nothing to do with ordering coffee. Awkward silence. At one point, she's insisting she's being respectful while literally yelling across the counter. The employees barely react. Other customers start looking over. And now the entire store is watching. Then she slams her hand on the counter and storms away. But she's not done. She turns back and starts throwing comments at other customers too. Some viewers think she...
Oh, shame. I feel sorry for that woman. She must really be going through a lot. Shame. I hope she's okay though.
She was dealing with something bigger behind the scenes. Others think that's not an excuse. Either way, nobody walked into Starbucks expecting this level of chaos. The employee...
Oh my God!
A Starbucks retail employee was terminated by the company for revealing behind-the-scenes information regarding the ingredients of the brand's new beverage lineup. The employee disclosed that many of Starbucks' newly released drinks are not crafted solely with fresh raw materials. A proprietary blended powder is added during preparation. This powder primarily contains common food ingredients, such as gum arabic, maltodextrin, and xanthan gum. These ingredients serve to stabilize the texture of drinks, prevent liquid separation, create a creamier mouthfeel, guarantee uniform taste across servings, and boost beverage making efficiency in stores. Starbucks dismissed the employee right after they made these potential issues public. All components in the blended powder are approved food additives compliant with national food consumption standards. Even so, Starbucks has not proactively released detailed ingredient lists of its new drinks to customers.
Do you think that girl was just some kind of propaganda, or you think she's just... I don't think she was just joking around. I mean, this is serious, and she was working, Starbucks was paying her. But if you find something not making sense in your workplace or your workspace, I think you do have the right to whistleblow.
What size is that?
This is the grande.
And then what
This
size
one's
is?
the venti.
What's the price difference?
Actually,
Mind you, folks. That's all you're getting. What is that, like, no extra juice?
this one's 24 fluid ounce, and this one's 16 fluid ounce. It says.
So 16 fluid ounces, 24 fluid ounces, but that's the only difference. Look, that's not even any liquid, but look at that ice difference.
Interesting. Okay, that's all for today, and I hope you enjoyed this reactions. All I can say is that let's be careful what we eat out there, and we need to pray for our food, and so that we can know if the food, so that we can get a revelation whether to buy at a particular store or not. Yeah, things are very fake. These days we are exposed to fake food, so we need to be careful, and we need to just ask for wisdom, and I hope that these kind of messages have reached a lot of people, and that people take this really seriously. Thank you for watching. See you next time.